So guys, good news to all Ghanaians, Nigerians, and also all other African countries because Chelsea is extending its recruitment team to Africa here. Few days ago, we heard Chelsea had appointed 2 persons to handle recruitment in Africa, Chelsea. And these 2 persons are Seyi Olorinjana, a former Super Eagles player, and also achirou goah, who is from Niger. And we are going to talk about these 2 persons, their roles they're going to play for Chelsea when it comes to recruitment here in Africa, and how this is going to benefit every young, talented, aspiring footballer here in Africa. So guys, my name is Adam. You are watching Sports Corner GH Extra. Make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. Quickly, let's jump into it. Now, if you hear the name Chelsea, it is a household name here in Africa because of the likes of Didier Drogba, Michael Essien, Solomon Kalou, Mikel Obi, who have all played the club and made it popular here in Africa. And now there are a lot of fans here in Africa that support Chelsea. Now, Chelsea, its recruitment team, are interested in unearthing and discovering talent in Africa. They're already doing it in South America. They're already doing it in Europe. Now, they want to turn their attention to Africa and make sure their global recruitment team stretch so far and cover almost every part of the world. And whilst doing this, they decided to appoint 2 persons. Now, the first person they appointed was Seyi Olorinjana, a former Super Eagles player. Now, the role Seyi is going to play is that he has been appointed by Chelsea into a talent management role covering Africa. He will cover recruitment and recommendation across all regions and also work hand in hand with the newly appointed scouts. Now, who is that scout? The name of the newly appointed scout is called Achirou goah. He is from Niger, and currently he works here in Ghana. In fact, he wanted to pursue his dream as a scout and also as a football coach. It didn't work for him in Niger. His family didn't agree with him, and he moved to Ghana to pursue that dream, and that worked for him. Now, Achirou worked at Dansuman, a team called Dansuman Wise 11 in Accra. He was also a chief scout for JJ Sport Management, the agent that represents Thomas Partey currently. And that is the work he has done so far. So he is currently a very good, scout for JJ Sport Management, Thomas Partey and other players in that particular management. And these 2 persons are going to report to Joe Schultz. And I'm sure if you're a Chelsea fan, you have heard of the name Joe Schultz. Now, Joe Schultz is the director of talent and recruitment at Chelsea, and he is overseeing the global recruitment team. So these 2 persons, Seyi Olorinjana and also achirou goah, are going to discover on earth and also recruit and recommend to Joe Schultz to see if they can unearth and sign some talent from Africa here. So guys, these are the 2 persons in charge of recruitment in Africa here. Now, how will this benefit Africans? Now, first of all, if you're an aspiring scout, or you're already a scout here in Africa, good news for you. Because these 2 persons cannot do it all alone. So they are going to work hand in hand with every single scout here in Africa who is accredited, of course, and can do the job. So they are going to make sure they get in touch with every single scout here in Africa to make sure they work for them hand in hand. If they see a talent, they send them the video. They can fly down and watch the player themselves. If everything checks out, they do the necessary, the duties and get the player to sign for Chelsea, and everything follows on. So if you're a scout here in Africa, it's good news for you because Chelsea is in town. Chelsea are about to add talent and discover talent here in town, and you could be part of the process. And probably, who knows, that could be part of your CV that you helped the Chelsea recruitment team get this head player, and that goes on. Also, for young aspiring talents, this is good for you. For young footballers here, this is good for you. I always say this, Africa has a lot of footballing talent, but then they don't get the opportunity to play football, especially at the early ages, because you only find out a very good player and they're already older, probably 16, 19, 20, 25, probably in their peak period. That is not good for Africans. So with Chelsea and this innovation, this is going to really help because you can see a player who is probably very young, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, who is already good and can sign for Chelsea. And that player would be developed through their system. Maybe if the player is a teenager, 16, 15, 17, can go through their system, play for them, probably get, transferred to Chelsea's sister team Strasbourg in the French league, or probably play at Chelsea youth side, grow as a player. Probably they'll use the player for business, or probably integrate the player into one of their senior teams. I mean, that would be good for Chelsea. And I'm happy that they are coming to Africa, because in Africa, Chelsea is a big name. It's a huge name in Africa. And every player who is playing from Africa here would aspire to be like either Didier Drogba or either Michael Essien or either Mikel Obi, because growing up, we all looked up to them because they were playing for Chelsea. And it's very important. So I'm just happy Chelsea is in town, is in Africa here. They have appointed 2 persons, Seyi Olorinjana, a former Super Eagles player, who is going to be appointed into the talent management role. And he is going to work hand in hand with the scout. And the scout is called Achirou goah, who is from Niger and currently working here in Ghana with a team called Dansuma Wise 11. Also works as a scout for JJ Sport Management. Currently, the agent who represents Thomas Partey. Now, if you go to JJ Sports Management and you check, you see the scout, you see Achirou's name there. You also take a look at the players they have recruited so far. Thomas Partey is the big name, yes. But then look at the other African players in there. There's a Ghanaian in there. There's someone from Niger under the sports management. I mean, it's a good thing to be able to discover this talent. There are so many of them. And I keep on seeing, there was a comment I saw that says that any Pikin when they play for street, Chelsea for sign them, because I feel like Todd Bowley, the kind of projects they want to project, or the kind of projects they want to work on, has to do with young players, especially potential young players. Look at the signings they're doing. Chelsea are no more going for the big names or the A-list footballers. They're going for potentials. They're going for players they know are very young and can play the football. Hopefully, they can train them to be the A-list footballers. That is what Chelsea want to do. So, Chelsea are really doing business in the footballing, space. And I like what they are doing. And the fact that they have appointed these 2 personnel to handle, recruitment and also recommendations of talent here in Ghana, Nigeria, and also all other African countries. This is really good. Now, these 2 persons are going to report to Joe Schultz. He is the director of talent and recruitment. And I mean, Chelsea are broadening the scope. They have one in South America, one in Europe. Now they are coming to Africa. And this will help. If you're a scout, if you're an aspiring footballer, very young, this is good news for you, because this is really, really good. You could be very lucky, and then, I mean, you could end up playing for Chelsea in the future. So if you're watching this is good news for all Africans, for all Nigerians, for all Ghanaians. I mean, if you hear there is a justify somewhere, go in and go and play. If you hear scouts are gathered somewhere to look at talent, go there and go and showcase your skills. And I know scouts would be working every time. So if you're a footballer, I mean, the dream is not lost. Go out there, show your talents. Who knows? You could be playing for Chelsea next. And this is good news for Africa, and we are talking about it. So, guys, this is what I have for you. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.